It's about 6:17 and time now for what's trending. Here's your chance to buy an entire town. Check it out for $2.7 million. You can own the tiny town of Nipton, California, population 25. The town was actually originally slated to become a cannabis consumption destination for people looking to get away back a few years ago, but the idea went bust. The pandemic added further pain and forced a foreclosure. So the town's current owner believes there is a bright future for Nipton. 30 years ago, her late husband bought the town, hoping to revive it into a modern, green, and sustainable community. She hopes a new owner would attempt something similar. So a very interesting idea to kind of create this little paradise for certain people. But, you know, to see that fail, okay, so hopefully now someone can buy this town and, you know, create something with it. But I've never really heard of this before, this concept of, you know, buying, you know, you can buy like your own space and create your own business, you know, that is good for people. But an entire town, you know, to have like a theme with, it sounds kind of interesting. If you guys had an entire town to yourselves, what would you do with it, I wonder?
Oh, that's a hard question. I really don't know. Maybe something, I won't say similar, but something in a way that, you know, it's very good for the environment. And maybe, I know, like, I've heard of like fictional stories, which is, of course, doesn't apply to this, but, you know, where they have a town and it's specifically there for scientific studies, like different things like that. So if it would be of good use, I think of it, but otherwise, I'm okay.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't know what to do. I mean, I've never heard of about people being able to buy a town. I mean, this is the first I've ever heard of it. So honestly, I'd be at a loss for words. I'm like, I don't know, what would you do with it? Maybe science experiments, that's a good one. And who knows, there's kind of many ways you could try to do this. This kind of depends on how creative your imagination is.
I think I might turn it into like a big theme park town. Like you get around to every business or whatever, just on a different ride.
And all about Tom Brady, right? Since you're a big Tom Brady fan.
Oh my. Well, if you are thinking about actually doing that, you should pack your bags. But maybe not to this direction. West Virginia will be paying somebody to move there. Governor Jim Justice announced a program called Ascend West Virginia on Monday. The program will pay remote workers $12,000 over 2 years if they move to the state. The state promises $10,000 divided into monthly payments for the first year, followed by $2,000 paid at the end of the second year. The package also includes a year's worth of free outdoor recreation like whitewater rafting and downhill skiing. According to the plan's website, that's worth $20,000. And to apply, you must be at least 18 years old with a full-time remote job at a company that is not located in West Virginia. And if you guys were talking about something, what would you do? I would do this. Okay, this sounds amazing. First of all, you know, the dollar figures, who doesn't need a couple of $1,000s? But I mean, you can do all those things like, you know, water skiing and all that. I would love to do something like that. I think that's a really cool opportunity too, because there's plenty of remote workers now, especially since the pandemic hit.
Yeah, and you know, you've been seeing this all over the country, people just moving to places that they're more comfortable while they're remote working. You know, some people going to tropical islands to do their work. So I think this is a really cool idea by the state of West Virginia, and a really neat initiative that maybe other states might try to adopt later on. But I mean, who wouldn't want to move someplace just to get an extra $20,000? Or I think it was what, $12,000, $20,000 with all of the other things considered, like all that recreation that they're going to be giving you for free.
Yeah, pretty cool as well. I mean, heck, we even got a lot of people moving up here now. I mean, I hear it's kind of challenging to buy some houses, especially recently with the pandemic going on even up here. So who knows, maybe some other states like Wisconsin could hop aboard that as well. But speaking of traveling, maybe on Mars with this helicopter. A little helicopter has just completed its first big mission. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter successfully flew and landed on Mars Monday morning. It is the first aircraft to achieve powered flight on another planet. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory was in mission control to receive and analyze data from the attempt. Ingenuity flew to Mars aboard the Perseverance rover in February. Together they are exploring Jezero crater in search for signs of ancient life. So how interesting is that? I mean, first off, congratulations. They pulled off history right there with flying an instrument on another planet, and now we get to see what maybe Mars is hiding, and this is definitely opening many doors to come.
Right, and it sounds so simple, right? You know, just flying a mini helicopter. We see them every day here with drones. But to be able to get it to another planet, fly it on another planet with completely different gravity, temperatures, all of these things to consider, it's really cool and the next big step in space exploration.
Yeah, this is really, really awesome. And I love the fact that they're going to try to discover some ancient life. I don't know why, but those things kind of fascinate me. And I'd love to see what they would find. Hopefully, nothing crazy, but it'd be pretty cool to see what they find up there.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they find. And yeah, I mean, science, it does take a little bit of time because obviously you got to make sure you do it right, but definitely can't wait to see where things go from there.